Guess what? It's the first day of June! Which means I am working on my novel LKZ. It's a fantasy novel. This is technically going to be my draft 4. And I did change up the plot a bit to just condense things. You know, I had a lot of stuff that didn't really need to be there, scenes that didn't really push the plot forward. So I cut a lot of that out. And today I will be working on the prologue, as today is the first day of June. But I'm just really excited. I hate editing, but rewriting is a whole different thing. I have a video called I Hate Editing, and you'll see the struggle that I was going through doing my draft 3, and it still wasn't even as reporting live from my office. Hello everyone again. So I am back home. I just finished the prologue for LKZ Draft 4 New Plot. And I am so proud. I like the way it begins. In the last draft, I had it start with action. So these characters are running away from people. But this time I started it a little bit earlier to why they're running in the first place. I wanted readers to kind of settle into the setting first and then introduce like the tragedy. And I like the way it is. I just hope it does flow the way that I think that it does. And then I started to do the first chapter, but I'm having a little bit of difficulty with that because even though I know what I want to happen, actually typing out like the details of the scene, that part is a little difficult, you know. My character's supposed to receive a very chilling phone call from his brother about something that his brother saw. And I was trying to figure out, okay, where is he when he gets this phone call? What is his mood? How is he feeling? So I decided on him getting ready for work. He's in a really good mood, and then things just go sour from there. I'm gonna keep working on that. I just wanted to share that I finished the prologue. I love that prologue. I really love that prologue. I don't want to scrap it. I wouldn't mind moving it somewhere else, but I really don't want to just scrap it entirely. I feel like it's needed and necessary, and I love that that is the beginning of the book. So I'm gonna keep working on it until it's perfect enough to stay. I am not taking it out. So I'm starting June off pretty well. Pretty good. I am currently working on chapter 1, and it is not coming out as smoothly as the prologue was. It doesn't need to be super great right now. That's what I'm reminding myself. I'm just having a difficult time figuring out the right words to describe what is happening in the scene, but also what to describe. And I think it's because the character that has the POV right now, he didn't have one in the last 3 drafts. But it's like, I know how he would feel. I can't really describe it well. Does that make sense? Like, I know it up here, but moving what's up here into Microsoft Word is not going well. It is not translating well at all. But that's whatever. Even though I hate editing, I can just edit that later. I just need to focus on actually getting things down and finishing the chapter, and then I can go back and perfect it. helped me to write, especially this difficult chapter one where I'm having trouble figuring out the setting, is filming. The clip you just saw, I was just like, I just need to write. And I wrote this whole paragraph about these photos that is in this character's office. And it's good. I I like the inclusion of talking about the photos that are in his office and which ones are his favorite, which ones are his least favorite, and why, because that's gonna something about it is gonna come up. So, and it was crazy because when I first started that paragraph, I was like, dang, what do I want to talk about? How do I lead into this discussion they need to have? And then I was like, oh, let me turn on the camera and film, obviously, for this channel. And I came up with something. So, hey, if you get writer's block, maybe turn on the camera and see if that kind of pressure inspires a scene in your head. But I'm gonna keep going before the inspiration runs away. Okay, so I finished chapter one. It's not the best, but I don't care about that. I love where the chapter is going. I love where it ended. I don't really like the way it began, but at this point, we're introduced to the rivals of the main characters and kind of seeing their side of things of like what they're afraid of and how they're trying to prepare for the danger that they think is coming. And I like what I'm doing there. So chapter one is done, which is technically what I was gonna make chapter two, but I was like, why am I starting off like this? Let's just go straight into the interesting parts. That's what I'm learning with this new draft. Just go straight into the interesting parts and stop I don't know. Anyways, not too much fluff. So I did that and I love that I did that. So my chapter two is now chapter one. And then I'm gonna make chapter two the rest of what I was gonna make chapter two. And I'm gonna start it off at a really exciting part as well. But it's almost midnight and I have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm gonna go to sleep now. See you for day three. It's a new day, June 3rd, day three, chapter two. So I'm working on it right now. And I know how I wanted to start off, but again, just having a little trouble with descriptions, which every time I'm writing something for the first time, descriptions are very difficult for me to come up with. I have to do it separately from the dialogue and everything. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just focusing mostly on what's being said and which characters are in the scene and what I want them to say. And it's getting to a really intense point right now. The rivals are looking for this woman and they can't find her. They're waiting for some news to hear like, oh, we got her, and things just keep getting worse and worse. And they're pretty scared from the news that they hear. And one of the characters realizes that, oh shoot, this is a really powerful person, and I think it's blank. I'm not gonna say who it is now. But I'm just figuring out how to tie everything together and make sure it flows and make sure it's suspenseful for the reader. I don't want them to kind of guess ahead of time exactly where they're going with this. I want things to kind of pop up and be a surprise and be like, whoa, I kind of saw that coming, but at the same time I didn't. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm really sleepy. So if I look like I just woke up, it's because I did. I got up so I can write because it's day three and it's my goal to write a chapter or a scene a day. And so far, I've been doing it. Y'all, I just finished chapter 2, and tell me why it is so good, especially the ending. Like, I was listening to not I was listening to fantasy music for one part, and then I was listening to this like Armenian duduk music. Like a cry for something, because I was looking for something that had like a somber mood, and it just hit. It really just hit, and the words were flowing and the emotions were going, and like it's so I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that I finished the chapter. I'm like 40 minutes late. I wanted to finish around 10:30. It's past 11, okay? But now I'm going to sleep, and I'm so happy and proud that I finished chapter 3 and that I really like the way that it went. It just sets up a bunch of stuff for the rest of the chapters. Like, I'm so excited to see how it ties together. See you tomorrow, but in the next vlog for days 4 through 6, or 4 through 6. Bye.